Hi, this is Carlos Diaz, Library Associate at St. John the Baptist Parish Library, and this is a book talk. Today's book talk is Later, the new novel from Stephen King. The son of a struggling single mother, Jamie Conklin just wants to be an ordinary child. However, Jamie is no ordinary kid. Born with an unnatural ability, his mom urges him to keep it a secret. Jamie can see what no one else can see, and he can learn what no one else can learn. Basically, he can see dead people, yet at the cost of using his ability is higher than Jamie can imagine, as he discovers when an NYPD detective draws him into the pursuit of a killer who has threatened to strike from beyond the grave. Death is always a factor in King's novels, but now, later in his life, he's writing later, it becomes more profound. Set in the late 2000s and early 2010s, Later is narrated by Jamie Conklin, the young boy living with his single mother, Tia, in New York City. Jamie's gift is a double-edged sword, causing good and grief in equal measure. Later is King's terrifying yet touching story of innocence lost and the trial that tests our sense of right and what's wrong. With echoes of it, Later is an unforgettable exploration of standing up to evil at all its cost. And that's it. What we have here is it's a good story. It's surprisingly short for Stephen King. Kind of ironic because he mentions it several times in the plot, and it is more than 1,000 pages, and Later is only 250 pages. But I liked it. The cool thing about Later is that it gives me the Sixth Sense vibes. And spoiler alert, I'm not going to give away the plot of the Sixth Sense, but the character Jamie, just like the character in the Sixth Sense, the little boy can see dead people. So, and just like in that plot, there's a good ghost and there's bad ghost. So this is a typical horror story for Stephen King. But what makes it really good is that he incorporates children, and he does that very well. It is one of his masterpieces where a lot of the main protagonists are children. Also, The Body, which went on to become an excellent film, Stand By Me. So King knows how to write good child characters. So some of the themes that he explores in this book is death, loss of innocence, and nostalgia. So with death, obviously the character Jamie can see dead people. So all these ghosts are coming to him. They're stuck in purgatory. But one ghost in particular, it's not a very good ghost. He's doing some horrible things, and Jamie has to team up with a detective to prevent this ghost from continuing to cause harm. So the loss of innocence that we see is the character Jamie. He's a child. You see him grow up from childhood from the age of 6. The novel carries like 10 years, so he goes from 6 to 16, from childhood to adolescence. So you get to see that lost innocence into like that teen angst that is so common with adolescence. And of course, nostalgia. There's a lot of pop culture references. Stephen King is the pop of King. He loves pop culture and he loves imbuing his stories with esoteric and common pop culture references. In this case, his book which the kid is reading. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it's nostalgia for the mid to late 2000s and the early to mid 2010s, which is recent history, but it's still pretty cool that Stephen King throws those nuggets in there. So it's a good novel. I liked it. It's readily available for you to check out in the print edition at your library. So you can check it out with your library card, and also it's available to check out on Libby, our app. It's free with your library card. You can download it there. So if you want a good short story, about 250 pages, classic horror themes, and with a child protagonist who comes of age, then I definitely recommend Later by Stephen King. Thank you very much. This is a book talk.